Welcome to Gen Z Journey. I went on dates with 5 different girls. 3 of them are my prospects. I had 1 serious relationship, but right now I'm still single. Yes, so basically this episode is gonna talk about my dating story in London and what I've learned from it. So first, disclaimer, this whole episode, it's just me sharing my dating story. I'm not talking bad about them, I'm not hating them, not sharing any kinds of hate. It's about what I've learned from all this whole experience, which is absolutely actually amazing. I've learned so much. And of course, I'll be anonymizing all of them. So I said I went out on dates with 5 girls, so I'll briefly mention the 2 girls later, but there will be 3 the 3 prospects basically, which I will talk about, and then their name would be, I just wrote it down, it's for easier. Oh no, I realize it's like flipped. Sarah, Emma, and Naomi. So remember that. Yeah, that'll be the three prospects. Anything else that I would like to clarify? Not really. I think that's it. So, oh, sorry, final thing. So all this dating stories is until 6th of November. So basically this whole story starts around September and then like the end is like 6th of November. The reason why I put this cutoff date is so that people know that okay, whatever happens is like until 6th of November. Perhaps, I mean, right now I'm still single, so perhaps there'll be more dating stories that come after that, and then you know that it's happening after 6th of November, so there is no confusion. Yeah, I guess for my friends as well, because I've been updating different friends for like different stages and all that. So yes, enough rambling. Now let's jump into it. So actually, so after I broke up, I started using dating apps. But I was in Nottingham, and then Nottingham there's basically not many people. I was using Coffee Meets Bagel and Hinge, and not many people. So I just basically increased the range to the maximum range, I think. And then like I got matched up from people in Belgium. I think there's even people in Netherlands and all that. I matched with people of different places of UK, which definitely I'm not gonna travel to have dates with them, so it was just like chatting. But I did meet two girls, but they are mainly met them. I don't know, it's complicated, and then so it's not really dates. I guess we have acknowledged that it's more like, you know, meeting to be friends, something like that. And because of the Nottingham experience of how scarce people are, I think I briefly mentioned about in the previous Moments episode. When I first came to London, actually, I stopped using dating apps around August. No, sorry. Actually, I think end of July, I stopped using it once I start my podcast because I just got so busy that I don't have the time to like people and then engage in like conversations and all that. Yes, that is what happened. So, but when I came down to London, I realized I got a bit bored because I think back in Nottingham I had all my friends and all that, so that they are kind of keeping me busy. When I came down to London, I was still working on my podcast, you know, job finding and all that, but other than that, I don't have much of a social life other than meeting new people or like going to networking events and all that. So there's this emptiness where I filled with dating apps, and initially I was like I was still using the scarcity mindset from Nottingham. So I was just like desperately matching everyone. So, but what I've learned, this first thing I've learned, definitely London. If you're in a big city where the population is huge enough, there's just enough people for you to be. You know, you don't have to be so open to everything. You can be more picky. If you're someone like that, I guess I'll talk more about this towards the end. And you still be able to meet people. So if you just like too many people, it might just make your life tougher. I don't know, like life tougher. I don't know how to say that. Like basically, you have to engage in a lot more conversation. Might be more tiring and all that. Yes, so I swiped. Let's just use swipe, even though I don't use Tinder. But basically, I was like swiping a lot and then getting to know a lot of. Initially, I wasn't getting much matches, but I realized the second thing I've learned is that dating apps take some time. So definitely, once you have liked people, it. I don't know. From my experience, most people are not on dating apps all the time. So when they are on it, then they only see whatever matches they have. Then you only receive once there's someone that liked you back. So that's how it works. And basically, initially I was like liking a lot, and then realizing not many came. But suddenly, when it came, all of them are coming at the same time, which can be overwhelming. That is the second thing I learned. There's definitely a delay when you start using it until you start to get matches. Yes. Yeah, so then I was like getting matches, chatting to people, and this time around it's different because all of these people are in London, which is amazing. I can actually meet them. And for the first time, because the scarcity mindset still exists, so I was like, oh no, sorry, not the scarcity mindset. Initially, I was just like learning how to chat and all that. It's like so complicated. It's such a learning curve. There are people where you just chat a few times and then they'll just stop chatting. There are people where even like they match you, but you engage like you try to ask a few questions, then they just never reply. Yeah, there are people where you just start chatting a bit, and then you can keep on going and all that. So I was learning so many different ways. In like some of them, I'll just like quickly go and ask, you want to head out and meet in person. Some are not ready for that, and then apparently some prefer it that way. Otherwise, they'll just stop chatting with you. So it's really complex actually. But personally, I am more of a person that will, if I can, I would definitely love to meet in person as early as possible because it's true in person that you get to learn more about the other person. That's me. Yeah, so I think I had so like the two well, originally the first two girls I went out with dates, um originally they are the first two. But then suddenly in between I met Sarah. Yeah, I met Sarah. So, and Sarah happened to be free on a Friday night, which is right before the two dates that I scheduled on Saturday and Sunday. So I get to meet her. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's amazing. I'm excited, very excited. My first date in London, and then yeah, I met her in a restaurant. We had a meal, chat about it, and then we had drinks and all that. And then I don't know, I don't know, I feel connected with her. But at that time, because I am fully aware, I guess, that I like there might be different things happening. It could be because it's my first ever date in London, and then possibly if you don't count the previous two like girls that I met in Nottingham, which are not really dates. Yeah, so it's like my first date through dating app. So I was like wondering, like, okay, maybe I am a bit confused and just like, oh, she's the one or something like that. So I had a strong feelings for her, but I was just like, calm down. There's two dates coming. So I like after meeting those two, then we realize whether is it because, I just fall for people easily when we go on dates. So yes, I went on the next two, um, and then yeah, for those two, we never got to enter such a deep conversation. So and I just so I don't really feel like they are someone that would love to. I forgot what's the word I use. I'm not someone that ghosts people, so I actually replied to them saying that I actually forgot. Like I think I don't think we can be like, oh, you're I think you're not someone I am looking to have a romantic relationship with. I think that's how I replied it, and then I ended it and ended like both like I replied to both of those dates. So those are the two girls which I won't be mentioning their names here because I just went out with one date with them and then like kind of just stopped after that. But after these two dates, it kind of gave me more confirmation. I was like, oh yeah, like the feeling I have for this particular girl is like for Sarah, it's like very, like it might be true and all that. So yeah, I was like, very active and then hoping to meet her the second time and all this. Uh, but unfortunately, because the reason why I met her so early is also because she's having a trip, I think the second week of, and it's a 2 or 3 weeks trip, I actually forgot. So if I don't meet her, then it's hard for me to meet her after that, and me knowing that dating app goes fast and all that, so it's better to meet earlier, as early as we can. Yeah, so I was very active and all that, but definitely she was really transparent, saying that she's not much of a texter and all this. So I tried to text as much as I can, but during those period of time, I kind of, I guess it might be a strong word, but I'll say that it kind of felt like I was obsessed, and so like there was, I think that was the period of time where I was so, how do I say it? Yeah, like this like worries about not being able to see her the next time is so intense that I have to write 2 reflection journals, just to like in 2 different instances, 2 different days, where I felt that to kind of calm myself down. And then definitely I'm glad that I learned one thing, which is I tend to make assumptions, a lot of assumptions, and then the assumptions turns into projections, which are not real. I'm glad I learned about that, and then I got to find a solution through working on thought record with my therapist, which really, really helps with that now. But what happened after that is that I went on my Robin Hood half marathon, and then I was back in Nottingham. I was able to meet with my friends again, and therefore I was able to chat with them and then learn from them. So because like I was being very engaging, active, and all that, and then definitely one thing that I learned from my friends for this particular case is that it's we are not, definitely I'm not someone that wants to play games, and then but I think it's important to just still, because that time we're still at the getting to know phase, so like we're just getting to know each other, and then definitely nothing is established yet, and it's best to treat your date more like a friend. So if you have, or you guys have already talked about, perhaps in that case, when Sarah is coming back, then we can meet and all that, and if she want to meet, she should tell you about it, instead of just you keep on checking on her whether she wants to meet. So basically that's that. And then like I learned that, okay, yeah, like even with it in like going out on dates and all this, it's good to have a balance, like knowing what your role is. It's not just about you doing everything, it's about both persons, because I mean relationship is a two-way street. So if she's not interested, she wouldn't engage, she wouldn't us talk about going out for the next time. And then if you are else if she's interested, she'll definitely ask you about that as well. So that's the thing that I've learned from this. Yeah. So that happened, but before the Robin Hood half marathon, I actually have scheduled another 2 dates. That's Emma and Naomi. So actually, Naomi is on. I scheduled a date with Naomi on Friday, and then Emma on Saturday. And so I went out and meet them. So because prior to this, I only went out 3 times. So it was Sarah, then the 2 other girls, which I feel like we don't really connect well. Yeah. But I think throughout this period of time, because Naomi is on a trip as well, that's why we scheduled it all the way onto Friday. Actually, I I think it's been a week since I chat with her, but during the time I chatted a lot with Emma, Emma is interesting. We have quite a lot of similar interests, especially in finance and all this. So through chats, it made me more interested in Emma than Naomi. But when I first met Naomi, we had dinner and then we had dessert. We had a really good conversation as well, deep conversation. Learned a lot about her, and then there's one thing which I really um, like about her is how direct she is, and this is when I learn it's good, it's important to be direct in relationships and all this, no second guessing and all this. Definitely don't be it in a creepy, don't say it out in a creepy way. But it's important to be direct and clear because she has expressed her interest even after just the first date when I was walking her back. And so that made me really worried because at that moment in time, um, I am looking forward to the date with Emma as well. Just because we did not chat much. I did not chat much with Naomi, but after meeting in person, I was very interested in Naomi as well. I was like, oh gosh, that is such a headache because I mean, I hate in these situation where potentially you might hurt one person when you reject someone, and yeah, it's terrible. So at that time, because it's been I think two weeks or 3 weeks since I last met Sarah, and then I mean she never got back to me about anything. So I decided to just drop drop Sarah off. I did not ghost her because we just did not have any other conversations after that. So like it just kind of fizzles off, something like that. Yeah, and I like having needing to make two like decision between two is already hard. But that at that time actually, because I haven't met Emma, so on the train back after meeting Naomi, I was like holy shit, that is like like I can already foresee how like the potential case where I have to make a decision and then like potentially hurt someone. So I was calling my friend talking about like how good the date went, and then I was telling my dad, like telling my like just sending message to my family group chat. I was like, oh my God, the date went amazing. But then I'm secretly worried how like that the next day it would be good as well. On Saturday when I'm meeting Emma, it will be good as well. So I was like, oh, I wish honest like of course Emma I had a great chat with her, but at that time I was like half joking or whatever. I was like, well, like if the date went horribly wrong, then it will be amazing, so that I can know that I can just go ahead with Naomi without needing to go through all this trouble of thinking and all that. Yeah. So yes, then Saturday came. I went out for dinner with Emma, and then we had drinks. Whew, amazing date as well. I don't know, deep conversation. I think deep conversations, understanding the other person is really something that I truly enjoy, and then it's a similar interest that we have. I think we chat a lot about finance and all that, so that was really good. And when I was heading back, I called my friend again, and then I texted the family group chat again, and I was saying like, "Oh shit, yeah, I hate this. Now I have two amazing prospects, which I have to decide. Like they're on similar level. I was like, oh shit, gosh, I hate this. I hate this. But so like I kind of at that point I just set myself a timeline, timeline of sort. Like I will just go on second dates with both of them, and then I will have to make a decision after the second date because I think personally I just don't want to hurt either of them, and then I just like if I don't I don't want to lead them on, so like if I were to go with either of them, then I'll just kind of like reject the other one. So yes, so but after the first date with Naomi, we actually scheduled our second date. So second date was really fun. We went and worked on an activity. We went for pottery painting. amazing activity actually, and I highly recommend considering going out on like activity dates because both person get to work on something, so you are not so tense and not so focused about the conversation. It's like, you're doing something and then casually having conversations. There's something that everyone is focused on, so it's actually a really good thing. And through that they I even I even got to know more about her, and actually, yeah, because Naomi is someone that's a lot more direct. So yeah, like at the end of it, then she was asking, like how I was feeling and all this. Definitely, I had feelings for her, but at that time, I haven't had the second date with Emma, and then definitely, I think it's worth giving chance to Emma. So I just told her, it's like, yeah, I think I'll need to take a bit more time, take it a bit slow, but definitely me myself is someone that would just yeah, me myself is someone that would actually be committed in a relationship and then go for it long term. I'm someone like that. Yeah. I believe I'm still, I don't know. I mean, like, I just had one part, like one long relationship. But yeah, so she expressed interest and then I told her this and then like, just to make sure that we are clear about this, which is really amazing, very direct. I love this part about Naomi. But at that time I didn't, because like, I wanted to make sure that I have a second date with Emma first before I schedule a third one with Naomi. And so the following week, I was like catching up with Emma. We are chatting on through WhatsApp and all this. And I think it was a Wednesday when I asked her, are you free this week? Potentially, can we meet up? And then Emma messaged me saying that, yeah, right now I'm actually meeting a guy, and then I would love to. I think I want to date this guy more seriously. Yeah, of course, like this is the main thing, but then she said other amazing things as well. Like she's really nice, so definitely it sucks to be rejected. But it was just a tiny bit, and then like I was like, okay, but it's a good relief that okay, now I'm able to just focus on Naomi. Like I can just go ahead with Naomi. Yeah, but I learned from Emma is that I shouldn't generalize people. Um, so I don't know. Generally, I guess um because of some because of certain background of Emma, I had a bad impression of that background, and then after meeting Emma it's just like no, it's not the case. So definitely don't generalize people and all this. That's something I've learned. And yeah, just generally I just learned that people are really nice. Like she rejected me but in a very nice way, and then like throughout that, like I think getting to know her, she helped me a lot as well, like in terms of our work and all that. I did contributed a bit to her work and all this. Really, really amazing people. Yeah. Yeah, though we never really chatted after that. I should. Like I do know that I mean I just never thought. I went on some event which she might be interested, but I just never brought it up because I forgot. I genuinely forgot. Until when I met someone that brought their friend there. I was like, oh my god, I should have done that. But yes, that is the end of Emma. And then it's now focused on Naomi. So after this, after I got rejected, I was like really excited. So I was like happily planning the next date with Naomi. But that time I think she's slightly busier because she's a very family person, amazing, amazing girl, and her family is coming over. That's why she's a bit busy. So I couldn't really meet her. Yeah, I couldn't really meet her until after her family left, and then I it wasn't really a third date, but it was just like meeting up because I was like picking up the pottery that we painted, and then I met her, pass it over to her, chat with her and all that, catch up. It was really amazing. But like later that week on a Friday, We went out on for dinner and then a museum date. Absolutely lovely. We went on one of the lates. So basically, lates is like many of the museums in London. I think one of the Fridays they would like close really late. There will be like DJ and inside and all that, so we can like kind of explore the museum at night. It was a really good experience. By that time, I don't know. I mean, like I always had feelings for her, but just like after knowing that Emma is off the list, I was like, okay, very confirmed, and so I just really decided to, like confess my feelings, to her. But I just never found a right time. I was like walking back to her home, and then like we're chatting at the door and all this. I couldn't really find a good time, and then she went out. And then I was walking to the tube station. And while I'm walking there, I was like in my head, I was thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna text my friend telling them that, ah, gosh, I wanted to confess, but I did not confess. Like, ah, gosh. And then I'll have to wait for another week because like we have something scheduled the week after. But then something dawned on me. I was like, why not I channel all this energy that I'm going to text my friends and tell about how much of a failure I am for not confessing to just call her. Well, inconvenient, like it's really inconvenient for her to suddenly have to come down again. Like just call her, ask her to come down, and then tell her what I'm feeling. And so I did that, which I'm really proud of myself, even though I should have just like, confessed in the very early moment. Yeah, I confessed to her, and then asked whether she'd be interested to be in a serious relationship. Yeah. And then yes, she agreed. She agreed, actually. She agreed. And so, oh my god, of course I'm happy, really happy. And then I started telling a few of my close friends and all this, kind of like announcing my new relationship status. Yeah, so it was amazing. But we did not we did not meet after that until like Saturday when we had another event. We went to the Battersea firework, which is absolutely stunning. Everyone should actually go. It's like I think it's the best firework I've ever seen. I mean, the next one I'll be seeing is the London New Year Eve firework. I hope that will beat that, but we'll see how it is. So yes, throughout the week because she's really busy, did not meet her, and then we're like chatting through the phone and all that. Like I think even midweek we scheduled a movie date the week after as well. Oh, so yeah, definitely I had my concerns. I have all these assumptions which I was like jotting down on my thought record. And then it just like, okay, there's some questions that I would like to clarify about our relationship that I would like to ask her and all this. But it was all good. And then we met. We went out for the fireworks and all that. Had a great time, even though I didn't get I didn't ask my questions because there are other people there. So, but I was like thinking, it's fine. Cause like we can find other times to talk about that and all that kind of stuff. So, yes, and that was Saturday. Went back Sunday. I was early in the morning, no, afternoon actually. I was helping my friend move, and then I was updating him on my new relationship status. I was like, yeah, I just got into a serious relationship. And then it was amazing, sharing to two of my friends. And after we parted ways, he's heading home, I'm heading back home through tube as well. In the tube station, I received a message from her. She's saying, it's a very nice message. It's a very nice message, but she's saying that, yeah, after some thoughts, so at that point it's been like slightly more than a week after thinking through and all that, she don't really see a romantic future between both of us, and so she don't want to lead me on and all this, and she decided to end it there. Yeah, she decided to end it there, and then I was like, okay, wow, definitely Initially I was like asking, because I was in the city, and like it's convenient for me to go to a place. I was like, want to chat it over coffee or something, just to kind of talk about it. She preferred not to, and then, well, I just wrote my final long message about my feelings for her and all that, and then just like kind of telling her, if you change your mind, you can let me know and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's quite embarrassing talking about this, but that's the truth. That's what happened. And then definitely it sucks. It sucks. It really sucks. You kind of just got for me, I'm really someone that I honestly think that I'm someone that when I get into something, I'm really committed into that. I'm like, I really put in all my effort into that. So I was really ready to just like, put in all my effort, take this seriously, make this a committed long-term relationship. That's what I'm trying to do. And then suddenly this news just came. So right after I arrived home, it sucks. The feeling sucks and all that. I called my friend, and luckily he was free. And then I just messaged him, are you free for a call? He's free. I called him, told him about all this as well, but I honestly I'm quite surprised about that time my thought process and all that. That time it was terrible, and then definitely I needed time to like fully process my emotions and all this. I was sad. But I couldn't cry. I think that I tried to make myself cry. The best I can do is like one teardrop, very funny, very specific. Yeah, but so that time, I did some thought record as well, because I think it was the first time that I did a thought record where usually thought record would be like, because it's usually when I have assumptions and I try to prove those assumptions wrong. Like basically I'll be writing the facts that supports my assumption and then facts that's against my assumption, and usually because like I don't have any facts that supports the assumption. It is an assumption, so it kind of proves it wrong, and then it gives me a more realistic outcome. And that particular time for my feeling, because I feel sad, there was actually no like facts that is against sadness. It was like, actually, yeah, like what you are feeling is right. And in fact, actually, I think I'll post the whole feeling I have, like, so after talking about both facts and then like the balanced truth. I think I'll put it up here, and then I'll put it on my Instagram as well for everyone to read it. Actually, let me just read it myself here. I honestly I kind of forgot how it was like, but I remember I was quite impressed by myself, because I did this before I called my friend. So yes, give me a second while I search for that. Where is my thought record? Going down, going down. Oh my god, looking at this, I was like, wow, I wrote like four four thought record about her after that. So yes, and then basically the final thought I have is that yes, she decided to end our serious relationship, and I definitely feel very sad about it. I was truly ready to start this relationship and be committed about it, but it is definitely sad to hear that she felt otherwise. I truly thank her for her honesty. While I don't know what's the reason behind that decision, yeah, she did not tell me any decision. It's just like she can't see a romantic future between us. I shall not put the blame on anyone. Oh, this part is the part which I'm very impressed of my own thought. Like I'll repeat that. Well, I don't know what's the reason behind that decision. I shall not put the blame on anyone, me or her. It is just human nature, and we are free to make our personal choices. Andrew, you are not bad or unworthy of anything. Don't blame yourself for it. You did well for respecting her decision, and remember to share to people and let off the load. So yes, at that moment I called my friend. Later I called my dad as well. Yeah, it was sad. Like even right now when I'm reading this, I can feel that pressure in my heart, which I remember I felt that time. Yeah, but other than this, I also remember the other thoughts that I have about it. So that time I was definitely very sad, but I can already start seeing the positive things I come like that I'm learning from this. So, but that time I'm framing it more of this way. I'm like I I don't I can see how I can see this positively, but now I don't have to look at it this way. It's just like, yeah, there's ways I can learn from this whole experience, but I don't have to force myself to learn it this way. Just some exercise that I can work on later. Basically, I think the few things I learned as well is like, perhaps I should really clarify more on the relationship even when I'm confessing, because I just said that I love to start a serious relationship whenever, like, relationship can really differs a lot around the world in different cultures. So maybe I should have clarified, like, more of like asking her to meet my girlfriend and all this kind of stuff. So that is something perhaps I should work on. But besides this, I also told myself that, right now I understand that you're sad, but it's important to not use this one single example as and just we shouldn't use this single example and think that, you know that time at that point at that before that point everything was going so well, like my podcast, my work, and then like relationship and all this. So I was initially, like, honestly, I was, people always had that feeling, like, when things are going well, definitely bad things are coming in certain ways. So I was worried about that as well, and then I'm telling myself that, like, just because of this instance, it doesn't mean that when things are going well, definitely bad things are coming. It's just, I mean, good and bad things happens all the time. There's ups and downs in life. So it's just normal in life. So that is something I was telling myself. And then there's also another thing which I'm telling that, this doesn't prove that, you know, dating apps are terrible, doesn't work, unreliable and all this. It's just one single instances, and I shouldn't just live it that way, because, like, I don't want myself to be like super pessimistic. I don't need to be super optimistic, but I need to have a balanced mindset. So that's why I at that point I was like telling myself this, but I was like, you don't have to accept this right now, but this is something that you should really think about when you are ready. And the third thing, which I perhaps come later, but it's around the same time, which I just thought about this. Like, honestly, I'm quite happy why I felt so terrible about this instance. Actually, yeah, this definitely came a lot later. I felt so terrible about this particular event because it's actually my first time. My first time getting rejected after such a short time when I was ready and all this. So I'm happy about that, because the reason why I felt so terrible is because I didn't have any past experience. So it means that I am trying out something new. Yeah. Then I was like, Andrew, that's amazing. Yeah. But okay, but during that time, definitely I talked to my friend, I talked to my dad, talked to my sister as well. We chat about all this kind of stuff. I gave myself one whole Monday to kind of process the feeling, recover from it. I remember that time was like so bad that I can't really listen to a few songs that I really like some romantic songs during that period, and then I can't. Don't really want to listen to a particular song that she like as well. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, life goes on, right? I don't know, or something. Um, but I think during that whole period, also there are different people which have said. I mean, a lot of people are really nice, and I'm very thankful of all these people, because honestly, when these things happen, like, and relationship ended so fast, many people would say that, why did she get into this relationship, and then like why did she get into this relationship when she wanted to get out of it so quickly. I understand, like, honestly, like, I guess that point, at certain point and during that period, I thought of this as well. But I think I mean, if we are looking at from that point in time, so after, okay, maybe one weekend, and then she could have not accepted my invite to get into this year's relationship. She could have done that. But at that point, 1 week later after we started our serious relationship, unless she have a time machine, she can't do that. So she actually did her best to manage this whole situation. Like she realized that there's no romantic future, so it's better for her to just end it this way, in a very nice way, honestly, if we talk about the message and all that. So honestly, you we shouldn't blame anyone on this. Like it's really the best way. Like ultimately, like the other way would just be like, keep it going on and all that, and then still have to end it some way. So it's better to just end it earlier, unless she has a time machine, which she doesn't. I don't think she has it. Yeah, but also so I truly thank all the people that talk about this. Like, she should have ended it, but she did her best. Like you can't travel back in time, so she did her best. But also, I realized another thing. So I realized another thing. Not just the reason why I would like to think it this way, like this is the best way that she managed. It's actually also about giving myself closure. Yeah, it's also about giving myself closure. Because I can keep on thinking that she could have not started it, and then I'll like kind of put the blame on her. And then for whenever I think about this relationship, I'll just think of that hate on her. Which it doesn't help. Definitely it's not her fault. She managed the best way. But if I do think of that, putting that hate on her, it will just make me suffer more. And then even if it's her fault, she doesn't know anything. So it's not a healthy thing to do. So for me, I rather think that she made the best choice, and then it's definitely human for people to make their own decisions and all this. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I truly appreciate my friend. Like when you said that, she could have just not get into it. I understand that you carry me, but not just that she. It's the best way that she could have handled this. It's also for me to get closure. Like now that I think back, it's like I think about, well, it is definitely unfortunate that we did not get to continue the relationship. It ended at that point. But she did the best. She did the best, and then like there's nothing and no one to blame. Like even if you talk about wanting to know the reason, it's impossible. So it's more important to find a way to seek closure, and that is my way. Just thinking that she did her best to end the relationship in the best way possible. Yeah. So yes, I guess that is my whole dating experience in London until November 6th, is it? Yeah, until 6th of November. Yeah, of course, like I think after I thought about this, then it made me feel a lot better, and then that's why it only took me 1 day. It's actually quite funny, like it still took me 1 day to recover. After that 1 day, got back to normal. After a few more days, I was able to listen to two more songs, the two songs that I did not feel comfortable listening to. I was like, it's back to normal and all this. So yeah. So I guess this whole chapter is very interesting. I've learned so many things. And I am truly happy about it. I'm truly happy about this whole thing. So yeah, I guess I'm not even sure if that is a relationship. So, like perhaps some people call it the situationship, maybe. Yeah, so that just kind of became a very, very short 1 week relationship or a situationship. And after that, I talked with my therapist that particular week, and then straight after that, like I think around that period, it's so funny. Like I think it's like the day after we met, like so after the fireworks night. I was starting to read more about relationship book. One of them is How Not to Die Alone, and then I think there's a few more books, which I'm currently reading from two professors, which I actually forgot who they are. But like I started to learn so much more about relationships that I am now implementing them in my use of dating apps. So after I met my therapist, I started using dating app again. I have since went out on one date and then like chatting to a few girls. Yes, but we shouldn't get into that because that is way after 6th of November. The funny thing is, yeah, like after that relationship ended, because we had the movie date plan, and then she paid for the movie ticket, but she's nice. She was like, yeah, no, because she don't think it's appropriate. She don't want to lead me on anymore. So yeah, hopefully I can get a friend to watch a movie, and then I found a girl friend to watch the movie, which was amazing. You know, I got a good story to tell, and then she got free tickets. Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, is there anything I missed? I don't know. I mean, like, I guess the most interesting thing is at the end. Like, I did not realize. Honestly, I thought I just thought like, yeah, you know, I got into a relationship, amazing celebration, ooh, fireworks. Did not expect it to end so much, but definitely a brand new experience for me. And oh gosh, my jacket fell again. Yeah. New experience for me, and then yeah, and something new. Gave me more experience in relationship or dating and all this. Honestly, we had this joke when I was like calling my family. My dad was saying that, you know, I can't really give you much um, relationship advice, dating advice on this, because you actually went out on more dates and you got into technically two relationships, which is more than me. I was like, well, okay, now I'm more experienced in this case. So yes, amazing. Three prospects, Sarah, Emma, and Naomi. Learn a lot from them. I definitely like right now. I would say that, you know, Hinge works. We met someone. I met three interesting girls, which I honestly think of them as prospects. That's why. And then I got into one serious relationship. Hinge promise you Hinge promise to match you with people, but doesn't promise you to put you into uh, a working relationship. So Hinge actually works, and that's why right now I'm still using Hinge. So yeah, like I still believe in dating apps. I think it's a good way, you know, for all of us. It's a modern way, a new way, and people should try it. So yeah, no complaints on that. But yeah, I guess that'll be it for this moment. So I don't know how you guys find this story. I'm not sure if it's too much. Is it boring? Let me know. Always love to hear feedback. But yes, that'll be it. Perhaps so season one of Andrew's dating story has ended. We'll see if there's we'll see what happens with season two, or if you guys are not interested, I might not share it. So yeah, but like right now, soon, like today is 22nd of November, and next week I'm heading back to Malaysia. So definitely won't be swiping when I'm in Malaysia. I'm not that kind of person. I'm looking for a long-term relationship. So yes. Thank you guys for listening. See you next time. If you enjoyed the podcast, I would really appreciate if you leave us a 5-star review and follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Thanks again for listening to Gen Z Journey. We'll see you again next week. Remember to subscribe to get notified as new episodes come out every Thursday, and please share this podcast to anyone you think would enjoy it. This is Andrew Kuan from Gen Z Journey.